the man returned home with baby supplies, only to find that his pregnant wife's belly had disappeared. He realized something was wrong, and immediately asked where their child was. His wife said their child died. The man couldn't believe it at first, thinking his wife was just joking. When he entered the bedroom and lifted the blanket, he found the bed empty, and it was all his fault. 5 years ago, the woman didn't mind that the man had nothing, and chose to marry him on New Year's Eve. To express his love for his new wife, the man handed her a divorce agreement to keep, promising that if he ever betrayed the marriage, she could sign the agreement at any time and divorce him, leaving him with nothing. This promise deeply moved the woman. After their marriage, the man worked hard and started a pharmaceutical company. Although he was busy, he always made time to be with his wife. Soon, the woman became pregnant with twins. She thought they would always be happy together. But once the man had money, he cheated on his female business partner. She was heartbroken when she saw this. On the day of the company's IPO press conference, the man's relationship with the business partner became very ambiguous. In front of reporters, they expressed their love for each other. The woman could no longer bear the betrayal. She packed her bags and decided to leave. Just as she was about to go, the man returned from outside, and saw how upset she looked. He promised that he would love only her for the rest of his life. The woman, hearing this, was about to give him another chance, but then the man received a call from his business partner, and lied that he had to leave because of a company matter. In reality, he was flying to meet the partner for barbecue. Although he still loved his wife, he was frustrated by her inability to help him with his career, so he really hoped his business partner would be his wife. The woman had purposely taken a flight to follow him, and did not expect to hear his true feelings, nor to see him cheating with the business partner. At that moment, she made the decision to end the marriage. On the return flight, all three were on the same plane. Due to a bird strike during takeoff, the plane experienced a malfunction, which led to the woman miscarrying. However, the man, sitting in the front row, was unaware, still being very intimate with his business partner. They even asked the flight attendant to let them off the plane early, as they were in a hurry to return to the company for a board meeting. The flight attendant explained that there was a pregnant woman in need of urgent care, but the man didn't care at all. He promised to donate $100 million to the airline. The flight attendant had no choice but to let them disembark early. Meanwhile, the woman was in unbearable pain. Once the flight attendant realized she was the man's wife, she immediately ran to the front to notify him. But by then, the man and his business partner had already gotten off the plane, and despite the woman shouting loudly behind them, he never once considered that his wife was on the same flight. Fortunately, the woman was quickly rescued and her life was saved. But unfortunately, the twins in her womb were lost. When she called to inform her husband, the man was with his business partner. The business partner, eager to take him from his wife, demanded that he spend 3 days with her, and in return, she would agree to withdraw her shares and stop bothering him. The man, wanting a peaceful life with his wife in the future, decisively hung up on her. 3 days later, the business partner arrived at the hospital, claiming that she had been with the man for the past 3 days, so the man loved her. She then pressured the woman to divorce him as soon as possible. Meanwhile, the man returned home, only to find out that his wife had left 3 days ago, and that she had been on the same flight as him, on the return flight. He finally realized that the cry for help was his wife's, but by the time he rushed to the hospital, she had already been discharged. At this moment, the woman called and asked him to come home. He happily returned home, holding baby supplies, only to find that his wife's pregnancy had vanished. It was then that he realized their child was gone. At this moment, it was too late for regret.